Hello, all you wonderful people, and greetings from a place called where am I? I'm in Torahashi. This is Koreatown in my little community of Osaka. When I say little, I mean it's very, very big. I'm headed on an adventure to a place called, well, maybe that'll become later, but it's a paranormal place. Been there before, and I haven't been there in later, but it's a paranormal place. Been there before, and I haven't been there in many, many, many moons. I'm gonna avoid going up with those gentlemen. I'm just gonna head this way. But precise to say, I'm heading towards the Tennoji direction, and then getting on a train somewhere far, far away. Heading to a place that is in literally the middle of nowhere out here. But sometimes the most distant places are the most interesting. However, I do want to go to Universal, but I don't think it's going to happen today. I want to do something that's a little more culturally relevant. And I almost thought about going to a place called Hirakata Park, which is a theme park out in like North Osaka, but I decided to go where I'm going to right now, and boy oh boy am I excited for it. So I'm gonna pull out my 2 tickets because I have a pass here, and I just dropped the receipt. Shoo-doo-doo. I don't think I'm gonna make this train, which is where I need to go. But you know, sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. That's life. This is a different train line, so you have to have a different card to go in. It's owned by a different company. Oh, I didn't make it. So you guys are with me for a little while longer. Your standard train station does not look as nice as this. This is a very big train station. Relatively speaking, very big, not like super crazy, but still a nice one that has like a restaurant and stuff in it. Some of them have like full-on malls built into their train station. Like Tennoji Station is pretty big, but you can get like soba and stuff there and udon. But here you can actually get a burger if you really want a burger, which I don't recommend because this is not really my favorite store. Only time I go in there is when I have to make a deposit and I'm coming this way. But I just wanted to go live for a couple minutes, just say hello and just kind of show you guys the beautiful day that we're having out here in Osaka. I got 6 people watching. I'm just as confused as you. Sometimes in these in these stations, you can actually find like haircut places. On the other side there's a place called QB, which is Quick Barber, and their claim is that in 10 minutes they can give you a haircut, and it's roughly about $10. And I can attest that they can give you a haircut in about 10 minutes, and they make you look pretty good for about $10. If you guys have ever been to Chicago, this is like the loop line in Chicago. It goes around the main center of the city, going to the major places. It's just a taste of daily life in Japan, my friends. If you guys want to learn a little Japanese, you can see underneath there it says exit, but that little thing is like, you know, the exit. It's Gucci exit, JR Gucci. JR is the Japanese railway, but Gucci, like Gucci gang. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. But my friend described it as a frog that's trying to jump out, and then there's like an entranceway. So imagine a frog trying to leave, exit. And an entrance is, I don't think I see an entrance sign. Yeah, I don't see an entrance sign. Yeah, there's no entrance sign. Entrance looks like a triangle, which means hito, person, and then a little square. So it'd be, if you could imagine this, like zip, zip, hito, person, place to go in, compared to exit, which would be the opposite. And this will take you to the JR and to the subway, the Chikatetsu Underground Railway. If you've never had umeshu plum wine, my God, it is so good. It is so good. If you ever see this symbol right here, this means osake. Osake means booze, alcohol. And this one is pretty low, like 4%. Ain't too much. But once I get on the train, I'm going to hush up, as they say, till I go till Todoji. Man, that looks a heck of a lot like the Hellbenders. Happy Day. We goofed up. Finally, Hellbenders finally made it in a completely different country. My train's here, so we're about to go on a ride. If you have any questions, I can answer them quietly on the train, which is not something that I'm really used to, but I got 8 people on. Ice cream vending machine. One thing I was thinking about doing on Japanese trains was doing you laugh, you lose challenges and seeing if I can not laugh in a place where you're supposed to be extremely quiet. That sounds fun to me.
The next station is Momodani. Station number 003. The doors on the left side will open.
I'm gonna be on this for 3 stations. Oh, that's really foggy right there.
We will soon be arriving at Momodani. Station number 003. The doors on the left side will open.
Luckily, a lot of these trains, especially right now, have a lot of space. Sometimes you will get on trains that are just packed to the brim, and that sucks. But it's afternoon. And everyone has a day off today, which is really nice.
速やかに乗務員にお知らせください。また、緊急を要する場合は、車内の非常ボタンを押してください。港をお願いいたします。The next station is Caravaggio. Station number O02. The doors on the left side will open. If you see any trouble while on the train, please notify the staff immediately or press the emergency button if necessary. Thank you for your cooperation.
Here's the tallest building in Japan. They have an experience where you can actually lean off the edge of that thing, which is not my cup of tea. I have no interest in that. Karaoke. Another karaoke shop.
We will soon be arriving at Caravaggio. Station number O02. The doors on the left side will open.
Kokoku. Over there's a sign for a high school, which some high schools you have to like pass a lot of tests to get into, like to get into prep. But like you want to get into public school, like a good public school. But if you fail your like entrance test, you might be damned to a bad senior high school. If that happens to you, you're kind of damned for life. You go to a bad senior high school, bad college, bad life. There's a lot of pressure on kids out here to do good on tests. It really is.
今日も JR 西日本ご利用くださいましてありがとうございました。まもなく天王寺に着きます。お出口は右側です。
There's an example of a nicer park. Usually they're a lot smaller, but that's a good example of like a nice park. Sometimes it could be underneath like bridges and stuff, and they're really not that nice. But it's either feast or famine when it comes to like little parks for kids. I'm only thinking about this because in the future I might think about having a kid. Like, where would I want to live? You didn't hear that here though. There's a road that just kind of ends and it's covered in like debris. Now we're in Tennoji, which has a famous Tennoji Jinja, Shintennoji Shrine. It's like the oldest shrine in Japan. And I've got to find a track. Oops. Okay, so now I think I gotta find the the green line, so I'm looking for the green line. Did anyone see the news where the head of cybersecurity of Japan, he was asked a question about a computer and he said, I've never used a computer in my entire life, and he's the head of cybersecurity, and he was confused on what a USB was, because that's a very Japanese thing. I think I'm going to go to where I want to go now, and then I might come back here in the future, because there's a place called Ishinji Temple where they actually melt down people and put them in Buddha stuff if they want to put their ashes in big shrine things. But I want to go on the Yamamoto line. I want to go there too, in the future. Louvre's coming to Japan. I'd like to go see that. Alright, so I need to go. I'm not sure where I need to go. This might leave you guys because I'm not sure which way I need to go. And wait a minute, I can look here. Gee, where am I now? I'm in Tennoji, sorry. I want to go to Hirano. Hirano to Oji. So which I gotta go on the regular line, local. Okay, tell me where to go. Yeah, okay. So we go on the local. Sweet, got it right here. That's what happens when you can read. Well, guys, I'm gonna head on this train and trip the night fantastic. It was fun having you along and this little this view of what life looks like in a normal day-to-day experience. It's not always flashy, it's not always bright, but it's what you can do for the night. This guy's taking recordings of the audio here. There are a lot of train fans out in Japan, like super train fans. Sometimes I do record stuff for trains. I'm like, maybe I should just upload this footage of trains going by, because there are a lot of people that are super interested in trains, and they get excited when they see trains and stuff like that. And even in Japan, that's a same thing. The train museum is a wake up call to a subculture I know nothing about, because everyone gets excited when they see the train and get to sit on the train, even though they came here on a train more than likely, and they've experienced a train more than one time in their life. But that's entertainment, my friends. That is entertainment. This is not the train I want to get on, because this is I think an express or a rapid, which is not what I need. I need a local, unless it says local, and then I'm an idiot. Yeah, this is the Yamanori Rapid service. This will take you straight to Nara if you want to go to Nara to see the deer, or as they say in Japanese, Shika, the messengers of God. One thing you will probably notice if you ever come out to Japan and ride the rails is that everyone points. There's a lot of things that are pointing in different places. Actually, the New York Transit Society, the person who runs the New York Transit Society went to Japan, saw them pointing at everything, and said, "Huh, that'd be good for where we live." And there's two places in the world where the drivers point at stuff, and that's Japan and New York City. It's to keep them awake and prove that they're actually doing the work, which I would like to make a video on one day. However, I don't know if people will watch it, but you can never tell. So maybe I should do it. I'm not sure though. This is not a Thunderbird. This is a Kumoha. There's a Thunderbird train that goes super fast, and this is not a Shinkansen, but this goes rapid, direct rapid. It will take you straight to the airport, and it will cost extra. Man, I got 11 people watching right now. I didn't know you guys were this interested in normal random stuff. This stuff is new too, the lights, which kind of interesting. There's a lot of suicides in Japan. A lot of people jump in front of cars. In fact, I was out in Kobe just the other day, two or 3 days ago, and there was a human damage accident, a jinshin, which I thought they said jishin, which means earthquake, but they told us to get off and transfer to the JR line, which is what you're looking at right now, the Japanese rail line. And I was like, oh, there's a jishin. I guess JR will be shut down, and it was working. And I told the kids that I was going to go see. I was like, oh, there was an earthquake. Sorry, guys, couldn't make it. But they said jinshin. Jin means person. It was a person accident, which is absolutely terrible. However, they combat that, and I've made a video all about this with instead of gates, because some places can't have so many gates because there's different number of cars, have different number of doors, so they can't make gates every single place. They have purple lights. Purple lights stop people from jumping into not purple lights, sorry, blue lights at night. It's said to calm people down. And there's no real research that have said that this does help, but in rural areas and areas with major crossings, you'll see blue lights in the middle of the night, which is bizarre and weird, but that's how they like it, my friends. That's how they like it. Okay, I gotta ask. At 13, or I got 12 people in right now. Where's everybody from? Because I've had no one's comment. This has been a quiet cast so far, unless you guys have been commenting, and I just haven't seen them because my internet's being funny. Well, where's everybody from? That's usually the standard question to make people engaged. Yeah, I guess I'm just not seeing it. Did I shut off comments accidentally? Let me see. That's not what I want. Cancel share. There's a share button? Man, I must have enabled or disabled comments. Well, anyway, I'll let you guys all go. It was a real fun. Thanks for joining. And as I always say, you can do it, I can do it, we can all do it. Be nice, everybody. Stay groovy. Bye-bye. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.